I'm in Atlanta, and I've been kicking it with Chad from 85 South for years. He's been coming in, pause, picking my brain about how to take his brand and the whole movement to another level. And I'm not gonna lie, the advice that I've given them, they put it into like complete light speed. So by the time I gave them the advice, by the time I got to Atlanta, they had a studio built. They had an app with subscription. They aspire to do similar things, and because I'm ahead of the game as far as trying to do this, I want to teach anyone that's trying to do it how to do it. But they listen, and the advantage of that is when I'm in Atlanta, I have a place to shoot
Mm,
with like a facility that's like as good as or better than mine.
mm.
So I feel right at home, and their crew. I mean, ridiculous. You guys are amazing. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all didn't have to be here today, and I appreciate that, and I'm very aware of that. So it's great when someone that you teach can become your partner, and that's when you know you did your job. But
Absolutely.
but anyway, there was this one day. So I'm here in Atlanta. That's where I'm at. I'm live from 85 South headquarters in Atlanta. But there was a day I started getting all these calls and DMs from random people, and I'm gonna let you introduce yourself,
Yeah, this is Ray Daniels, and
Ray
I
Daniels.
put it in the air that I needed to have Dame on my show,
Right.
and I was on the phone with you like an hour later.
Was
Devon
that
put
that was an hour?
now it
Wow.
was about an hour. Devon put us on the phone an
But you
hour
don't know
later.
how many other
Oh
people
no, I do because I had so many
was
people
hitting me. I
calling
was
me
like, what the
the
fuck?
next day like yo. But I always feel like if the people could tell you it's important, that's how you know it's important.
Yeah.
If somebody tells you it's
I
important, it's
think
not.
Devin got to me
Yeah,
first.
Devin got to you first. He called me at like 1 in the morning, like I'm about to put you on the phone right now.
Yeah.
When we was on the phone.
Like even people I don't speak to so much were like,
I mean, the
so
internet works.
so and we kicked it, and I was like, yeah, when I get there, whatever, we'll work it out. And it just so happens I'm in Atlanta, so for me it was like, all right, because for me, like for some people, and you wouldn't be one of those people. Well, I never get that, but either way, we decided, all right, I'll meet up here, I'll set up shop, I can
Sure,
do the interviews, and then I'm gonna go do your show.
for sure.
So it's cool when you can have a fair exchange and whatever, and
And I
also.
think I'll be doing it Friday too at Clark. I'm doing that Friday at
Yeah, and
Clark
also
with you
you're
too.
gonna
Yep.
do a panel at Clark.
Can't wait.
We're gonna do that, and again, I guess in this format and me like being having my own show, what I like to do is, especially with a person like yourself, I like to number one for my audience, you could tell them exactly and everything you do,
For
or if
sure.
there's something that you would want to cut to,
Nah,
where what you're saying I could show, I could do that. But
if I'm being honest with you, brother, like honestly speaking, I think I told you this on the phone. I know I became who I became because I seen you on backstage, and I was like, oh damn, I never seen that before. I could be that guy, and
that guy has the most fun,
that guy's so much fun.
right?
So me, when I saw
If you say
that,
who you go like, if you gave that, who's having the most fun in the room? It was that
by
guy.
the way, I think that that's probably one of the most iconic moments in hip hop history from behind the scenes because it was the first time that we saw you, a true CEO, fighting the machine that he's with. And I never forget, like, I was like 16 when Backstage came out, and I will never forget watching you guys argue over the Def Jam jackets. And I'm a kid, I'm like, why the fuck does he care so much? As I'm a man CEO, I get it. So watching you become that guy was always like, I don't give a damn what we talking
You know what was funny about that moment? That they were so used to doing what they were doing that they didn't notice the cameras were on.
about.
So in that moment when I got my son and I'm thinking and I'm pissed off, I'm like, how am I going to get this dude? Because I can't knock his face off. I promise you. So I was like, I'm gonna just have the cameras on and line this dude up. So where they think I was being calculating, like he got that one, because I knew that
Yeah,
was a calculated thing,
yeah,
and I knew that they would take advantage of the fact that people didn't understand that
yes,
to make me look like potentially I'm overreacting. But
yes,
I was like, I'm gonna capture and I'm gonna make this like an ESPN highlight flick, right? And I remember because he did it.
yeah,
So to me, it's like if you did it and you let me tape you, don't tell me I can't put it out.
yeah,
You shouldn't have
exactly.
did it.
But
But wait, hold on. So
okay,
when I put it out, Lior was like, "You got that one. You made your commercial off of him." Like he knew what it was,
yeah,
and I was like, "But you shouldn't have did it."
yeah,
And like the thing with Kevin Lyles at the time was he just would be cute for Lior. So he
mm,
would like do Lior's bidding in a black face, and I'd be like, "Why are you letting him do that to you?"
yeah,
But I remember going to visit Kevin Lyles at his new house in Jersey, like 3 hours away from the city, while Lior lived in Park Avenue. And I was like, why would he live on Park Avenue and he tell you to go live in Jersey on the Swamp?
Yeah.
Like, why would he advise you to live in the same zip code as him?
Exactly.
But again, I guess that's teachers on. I love it. I love Kev, but I don't agree with a lot of the things in the practice of it. But like, even with like Cameron, with Dipset, this is how the Dipset thing happened. So I first signed Cam, or we did a partnership, and not everyone was happy, but I just was doing it. That was my little brother.
Yeah.
But and Cam and them, they from Harlem, so when he starts rolling, because you gotta remember, he took that beat, oh boy.
Yeah.
They didn't give it to him. He took that beat, put it out, and then he got hot. Then Jay jumps on the record, he erases the record.
And then deletes
So,
the whole,
but think about how, and he doing it in front of everybody, the young niggas. So, me on the low, I'm loving it, like, right? I'm like, I mean, he ain't wrong.
Yeah.
He wasn't wrong. So
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at him, and I was like, I could dig it. But, then he was coming back around, and he was like, yo, I want to do the label.
Yeah.
But I'm like, bro, they go. See, what people don't understand is because I was the CEO, didn't mean I have to get Jay, Biggs, and Lior to agree.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, yo, I can't just tell these dudes to give you this money. So this is what happens. He does his thing. He starts feeling around, and he calls me, and he goes, yo, Kev, and I'm just, Kev comes down here. He tells me to come upstairs. He tells me I cut all the Roc-A-Fella's checks, pumping Mad Willie. I'm going to give you a deal for Dipset. Now he violating because
you brought him in that house. That's
so
your
boom.
man.
So Cam did the right thing, called me because he's smart. And I'm like, word. So this is what I want you to do. Go negotiate, get as much money as you can, and let it get the paperwork. And once it gets the paperwork, just let me know because they're just going to have to switch the name. And now no one can argue because they approved the budget already.
Smart.
Right?
That's brilliant.
So, boom. Kev talked $1 million, crazy
thought he
deal.
had
all
the
this.
deal behind your back.
He
He was
pumping
like,
Willie.
yeah.
He sends it. I just call Leo. Thank you, Leo. Your man is stupid, right? Like I'm telling him, like you already know this is torturous interference.
Yeah.
He can't go around me. You know better than that.
Yeah.
And now that y'all approved it, just put Roc-A-Fella on that and
mine
shut
now.
the fuck up.
Exactly.
And that's exactly how it happened. So it was always Kev being cute, but he's like a little bit oblivious a little bit.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it'd be like, bro, you bugging. Like, look at the logic. You know what I mean? So that's how that happened. So it'd be like a buildup of things. And the only way that I was like I could get them to stop would be to just record it. If I could record it, then they can't say, because, the perception of me is I'm just bugging.
Yeah.
But because no one thinks in boss, they don't know that I'm aggravated over a violation. Like if someone tries to like if you know someone's lying to you, but they're acting like your friend, but they're lying, that's gonna piss you off.
Exactly.
And also, if someone else tries to disrespect me in business, I feel that they think I'm stupid, and it's like flagrant to me. I'm like, yo, you really think I'm that dumb? And you've been doing this to people that are that dumb. You're taking advantage of people. So that's where my frustration would come to. But if you notice, I never punished nobody, that wasn't, I never got at a creator.
Nah.
I always was getting at them for trying to rob creators, but then they would be like, get the creators to go against me and shit. It'd be like, that's why I decided to do things on my own. But that's the story behind that.
You know you are in hip hop, right? I'm gonna tell you who you are. You Joe Clark. You the nigga that I don't know if you're familiar with Lean On Me. I know we got some 27 years in the room, but you know what Lean On Me is? Okay, so remember it starts with them trying to Joe Clark, hey, play the game, and he like, we're gonna lose. And he's like, you know what?
I would say Stephen Jobs.
Steve Jobs is a good one too, but I was thinking Joe Clark because he had to come back.
Well, you know why? Because he's black and he didn't make a lot of money, as much money. But what I'm saying is, when I look at a Steve Jobs, because I look at the model,
Yeah.
right? So I've sold a music company.
Yep.
It's not a lot of money. Like literally, before I hit the bank, I spent that bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to turn Roc-A-Fella into marketing for Rockwear.
Yeah.
And then I sold Rockwear. And again, homie was fucking my money up by saying he's not going to be in Rockwear while I'm selling the company and all this bullshit. And then as soon as I sell my interest, then he gets back down with it. But that's another thing. But again, it wasn't enough money to look at. It was enough money to put into a bigger dream. And Rachel Roy, and that was something no one even talks about. You know, I cracked the code for designer clothes with women in a relatively quick period of time, but because it was my ex-wife, it turned into a hot mess. So the bottom line is I know how exit strategies. Thank you. This is Nikki Licky, by the way.
What's up, Nikki Licky?
She's I wouldn't want to say like she's not my sidekick or she's like my little man's. You feel me? Like we
I'm a
love all the
secret
same
weapon.
things. And she's a
sure.
rock star and she has a dream.
She rolling blunt for you,
Roll
man.
it
I
for
love it.
us. You know, she's cool.
If I
And,
smoked, I would need a Nicki. I ain't gonna lie.
and you have to.
Everyone
And
needs
it's
a
an
Nicki.
experience. And you know, she like plays every instrument and she performs.
She
and plays,
writes.
and and also really good with like technology and all that other shit. But on the low though. But she's as dizzy as me. But at 9 o'clock we just get like daffy. Cause we said we have a
just like
ball
to
though,
have
but she tries to
fun.
keep up. You know, she tries to keep up. But
You're awesome,
what were we
man.
talking about?
No, you were just telling the story.
What was the
just,
story we were,
this-
I was gonna land the plane. What was I talking about?
No, you were speaking more Steve Jobs.
Oh, Steve Jobs. So
Yep.
I was talking about exit strategies.
Yep.
So after the exit strategy or like I sold 3 companies before. Like you gotta understand something. I retired at 35 from Roc-A-Fella. 35. I'm 52 right now. So, you know, I did like 3 lifetimes worth of shit by the time I was 35. Like, what are you gonna do after that?
Yeah.
So I had to continue to do new things. It's been a while. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm looking at what Steve Jobs did. He was very innovative. The people that he was in business with snaked him, and he broke out for 10 years.
Mm.
And he just ran around the world.
Yes.
And that's what I did. I ran around the world. I opened up art galleries. I got sophisticated in what was going to happen in the future. Because being prepared for the past is dumb.
I agree.
It's stupid. And whoever has a business model that doesn't like, you know, beat the pandemic, if it can't sustain it, you're dumb.
Yep.
I would never do any business moving forward that can't survive in a pandemic. So you always have to be hustling for what it looks like in 10 years. And that's always what I'm doing. It's just a model. So that means you have to be able to dream and so on and so forth. But again, he broke out for 10 years. And what I was able to do was just be an artist. So now when I'm playing you music, I'm making the music. I just played you
About
rock
7,
and
8
roll,
songs, yep.
indie
Black
rock, black rock, white rap, indie rock with all major, and she's the newest one.
Yep.
With Maya, Freeway, videos, all current. So that's music. So if music was a family, when I'm 52, I got brand new work. Whoever's at that family, there's nobody doing it like this.
Yeah.
I just gave you another drug in music. But then I'm giving you a television network, which no one has.
Yep.
And also I get the full CPM. Now, I watched how we got robbed in music. I watched Lior trick people and then invent the 360 deal just because he couldn't get none of Rockware, right? But then I see him over there at YouTube, and because again, when you start a company, sometimes the first time you do it, it doesn't happen because, you don't know how the industry is going to react. So the first streaming service I put out was Dame Dash Studios. It was subscription. And what was meant to happen is while you're watching this shit, you could buy what you're watching and blah, blah, blah. But the paid subscription doesn't work for anybody. No one, not Netflix, not Disney, anybody. So I had to pivot.
Why doesn't it work?
Because nobody wants to pay for that. There's too many apps out there, and there's things that are available for free.
Got you.
So cable TV is a smaller demographic than free TV all day.
For sure.
Channel NBC always been 10 times bigger than HBO. Cable things that people have to pay for, people have less of what they can get for free.
For sure.
So boom. So like Netflix would be considered cable TV, and Tubi would be considered NBC regular TV because it's free.
Sure.
So I had to pivot and I had to make it free. But in making it free, that meant I had to understand the ads. So once I understood the ads, I understood the robbery that was going on. So you have a show, right? Do you know what your CPM is?
No.
Now you're a smart guy.
Yep. By the way, I've been making I don't want to say no, like it's cool. I'm saying no. I'm really drilling down, doing calls every day to figure out what that looks like. Somebody just told me what it's worth yesterday, but it was crazy.
So this is what what the CPM is? What is it?
Is it like clicks per minute or something?
It's click per million, but it really means
minute,
click
yeah.
per thousand,
Yeah, exactly.
right? And they put it in a Roman numeral that means 1,000, but it looks like million. So
Yeah.
they're making it in code right there.
Yeah.
So what happens is a commercial plays, right? And let's say you get $22 for the commercial. They'll tell you your CPM is $2 and they'll take the 20.
Exactly.
And they have no transparency on how you get paid. So if you make money, or anyone that makes money with a third party in ads, if you don't understand the world of CPM, then they're going to rob you. And because it's a new business, it's not regulated.
Yeah.
The government doesn't know about it. No one knows about it. It's new. But the robbery is crazy. So if you made 1,000 here, you would have made really 100,000 there if you had the
Crazy.
full CPM.
Yep.
So I had to figure out, and what I had to do is get it with ad technology. And I got with a crew, Prophecy and his whole team, Radiant, and they are ill, and I made him the CEO because he's the one ultimately that knows how to make the money and build the technology.
Sure.
So we built the technology to go around the third party, and the same place they get it from, let's say it's Pablo, I get it from Pablo. So now I get the full CPM. I get the transparency of it. So if I work with somebody, I can say, oh, here's the CPM. I could give them 60%. I take 40, but I got enough for my own work right now.
Yeah.
But here's the key, the stuff that they don't let you know. Data. Data. So any aggregation of people and electronic, like whether it's social media, whether it's Twitter, whether there's like first they was like, how you make money? There's no ads, right? In the beginning. It was they were studying your behavior patterns and selling the data to the people that would be advertising. That's what it is. It's all about data.
Yeah.
So they're taking your data and selling it. Your data.
Yep.
You can't use it. So it's almost like, and I reference it like selling drugs, right?
Yeah.
If I got a bird, a key, and I go to my man because I can't cook and say, yo, cook that for me. I'll go to the store, come back. He only gives me 1,000 grams, but he actually made it 2,000 grams and takes that other 1,000 and makes money and doesn't tell me about it. We have a problem.
Absolutely.
But that's what's happening right now. They're taking your extras and they're worth more than the thing. They're dangling a dumb business model in your face. It's not just ads, it's data. But like I suspect the reason why Elon Musk bought Twitter was not for Twitter or the ads, it was for the data for his AI.
Yep.
That's what I think it is. So there's a whole business model that they keep us blind from. And we're like acting like we're smart on YouTube, and that's our business model. And we don't even speak the language, and we celebrate the person that's robbing us.
Yep.
So I wanted to make sure, because I got educated, I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna let us get robbed for 100 years, get mad, and wonder why you could go platinum and only make $4,000. I'm gonna tell y'all now. I'm not gonna rob only people that know this shit is Netflix and Tubi and YouTube. I'm giving you the information that they know because I'm in that business. I'm in that league. So you notice they always promote there's an algorithm for rap beef, pause. I have CEO beef. I call out Leo every fucking time because he says things that I think are disrespectful to the culture. I've watched him and he said my name. But he does an interview and no one asks him a question about it.
Or they let him get away with it when he says on the Breakfast Club, I don't even know who that guy is. And they're like,
I would be like, yo, I would be like, bro, that's first off, this is my culture, bro. Don't get on my culture platform and try to erase my history. That's what they do.
I agree.
And then as soon as I start talking about CPMs, he does a press run. And no one, on Nori's show with Vlad, they're trying to like I know they're listening. They know I'm telling everybody. That was the problem, was I always hit the artists to how the administrators were robbing them. So of course the administrator's gonna paint that picture, but I don't give a fuck. You know what? This is I'm supposedly on my show. You ask questions.
Nah, this is amazing. I agree with you, by the way. I just like, I feel like our culture, because we don't have ownership of anything, I feel like when another walks in the room, we have to take what they give us. And to me, like, by the way, I have no problem with Leo, but when I saw that, I remember watching that and saying Charlamagne should have pushed up on it. Like, hold on.
But if you ran into him, would you ask him about it?
If he did my show, I would. The first thing I would. I
So
wouldn't want to
call
talk
him out.
about YouTube.
Call him out.
I would.
Do it now.
Leo, I want to have a conversation with you on the God Show. I want to talk about it. And the reason why I want to do it is because I agree with you. This is our house. And we'll let someone come. It's like a person with a London accent.
But it's disrespectful. You're going to respect the person coming on your block and telling you how to
No.
run it?
But I'm trying to the psychology of it. It's like a London accent. When people talk the accent from the UK, you just think they're smarter. There's something about that accent that makes you be like, no, listen to him.
It's called programming.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So I feel like
think
they
white
have us
ice
that.
is colder.
Yeah.
Even though you're getting raw, what they're feeding you in dopamine and fame. You're not going to get the rich and famous. You'll just get the famous.
I'm going to tell you something. My company it's still Radar, but my agency is called LYI, which stands for Leverage Your Influence. Because I can't understand how someone has influence and needs to go talk to the system. You are the system.
Well, we have to have confidence, affirmations in ourselves, and we need to stick together.
But I'm
what
being
needs
honest
to
with you. You put the affirmations in us. Like, you the guy that showed us that you can be a rap CEO and still be cool. Matter of fact, fuck being cool. We don't even know if they're cool. You the guy that showed us you can be this.
Well, actually, I'm the one that showed you what a CEO was.
Exactly.
I actually made sure people understood what that meant, CEO. That vernacular wasn't anything
It
we
went
were saying
around
before.
We never even heard
So,
that.
and that was what I've always tried to do. If I'm going to put slang in the world, like Fresh to Death, like pop tags, like these are all things I made up. Pause, my crew.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna make up something, why not make up something that's gonna help the trajectory of your life, that's gonna evolve you. And as you get old, that's why if I'm gonna put any clothing brand out, 'cause you got to remember now, I'm independent, and I'm independently funding my company, my family's company.
Yep.
We have sneakers. This usually takes corporate.
Yep.
We have clothes, usually a part. This is all. We have a television network.
Yut. That you could download right now.
So that's
American
3
News Network
verticals.
on an app store.
And I'm going to show you a movie that I directed, that I put in theaters, won festivals, that I produced, edited, scored, and it's going to come out on my platform, my own streaming service first. So we self-produced it, self-distributed it. It went in the same theaters, AMC theaters, and now instead of MyFlix.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's American New.
Yep.
So I had to be a boss on every level. Like, I'm not going to be a boss making this shit and then not be a boss putting it out.
I agree.
That don't make no sense. But to be a real big boss, you got to have the distribution. You have to have the ads. And I did that. This is still independent. We also have a book out. My girl did a book, Dusko Goes to Space. Sold 60,000 books.
Crazy.
Bestseller is 10.
New York Times bestseller is 10,000. Crazy.
We did this independent.
So did y'all make the list, or you don't?
We not even, because we sold it to the Board of Education.
Got you. Okay, that's hard.
The movie I made, Prince of Detroit, it's about government contracts.
It's about Tommy Duncan, right?
Yeah.
That's my bro.
So you already know.
I already know. When I saw
But
y'all
think about
filming
that. How many visuals do we see of us making money doing anything other than rapping, being entertainment, or sports?
That's why
no one tells us that the real American wealth comes from government contracts. So they give us visuals of us getting beat on by them, abused, or us abusing each other. We never have a visual of doing anything but being a distraction.
Yep.
So I have to also give visuals. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to worry about a strike. I'm not in that world. I'm going to make sure that my content evolves our people. And if we are referencing something from the past, it's only to learn from it.
Yeah.
And I could pick and choose who I want to work with, and they will get paid full CPM and get the control of their data. I'm re-engineering everything, and I'm making them change the way they talk to y'all. Because I don't want them to continue to talk to y'all like y'all stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
When they tell you what they're giving you for a CPM, this is the question we never ask. How much do you make off me? That's all you should be asking. If somebody say, yo, I'm going to give you $10 million, I need to know how much you are making off me. If I made 10 and you made $1, I'm mad. Even though I didn't have 10, pause, I'm still mad that you made 100.
Yeah.
And it's off my back.
Yeah.
So why we never ask that, and why we never care?
Well, I don't think that we know who to ask it to.
Yes, we do. The people that's giving us the deal.
And they going to say they don't know.
Then I'm not doing a deal with you. Get me somebody that knows. You know what deal to present me, but you can't. You know how much I'm going to make, but I can't know how much you're going to make?
Exactly.
I'm a grown-ass man. That's not logical. So and then think about this. When you put your shit on YouTube, you sign the terms
and conditions.
That's a contract.
That's what. But
wait, hold on.
Okay.
How you gonna give a kid a contract and not have him a lawyer look? You giving your rights away and no one says a fucking word.
But I was gonna make a reference to the 1,000. You said the kilo. If a guy comes in and he takes 1,000 and he takes 1,000, but if you walk in and it's a sign saying, if you walk in here, I give you what I want and I keep the rest.
But listen, you've been in the music business, right?
Yeah.
Does any artist sign a contract without a lawyer?
Some do, the dumb ones, when they want the money.
So then why should a kid sign a contract or anybody else sign a contract without a lawyer?
I agree.
How could you expect someone to understand something, especially like if they're just not that evolved?
You're signing your rights away. You're signing your life away.
So why isn't that regulated? So there's things that I'm looking at that just aren't logical. But they are logical. They're going to knock them dead and rob them until people get hip. So I'm going to get people hip now. See, I tried to get people hip a long time ago because I've always been preaching independence. But it took people to lose money and struggle and get robbed to say, oh, he was right.
Yep.
Don't wait to get robbed to listen. Just because the message doesn't come in the tone you like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm giving myself affirmations all day. To be a superhero, to do 5 businesses on your own while everyone's fucking with you and fund them all yourself and still be brand new while you're 52 and still be fly, that is a lot of work.
It's fucking hard.
But if you love what you're doing, you have to be a superhero And the love will make you stronger.
I agree.
And you have to give yourself affirmations. And the problem with most people is they don't dream. So someone that's not dreaming is miserable. Waking up without something to fight for is a miserable existence. And 90%, 99% of the people in the world don't dream. And what they do is, to the 1% that do, they try to make them feel bad.
Yes.
They try to tell them that their dreams what can't ever happen. They try to give them a negative visualization. So the bottom line, if you are a dreamer, don't hang out with someone unless they're dreaming, because all they're going to do is distract you. Anything they're talking about is not going to have anything to do with your dream.
Agreed.
So since you walked in and all I did was show you my dreams, here's my music, and I'm proud of it. Yep. You know how you could tell how confident someone is in what they do? How hard they fight for it. You're not going to fight for some shit that you think is whack.
Yeah.
But you're going to be shy about some shit that you're not sure about. I'm 100% confident about everything I do, because these last 10 years, I've been able to learn how to be an artist and play instruments on records. That's why I'm like, here it is, I'm playing an instrument.
Yeah.
I'll show you on my
Proud of the
record,
motherfucker that you're
I'm
like,
playing
I'm
the
doing
guitar.
that. Exactly.
Yeah. And when they played the Freeway record on the radio today, it was almost like when they played Ain't No Nigga. It makes you feel that good. Every time you have a new company, the first thing that happens when you win is just as fresh. It's like a first date. So that's why I continue to start companies, because it inspires me. But I think I know I'm a superhero. So I'm like, yo, I could be good at everything. I'm so good I could do it with my own money.
It's one question I got to ask you.
What's that?
How are you not tired? Or are you tired?
I'm having too much fun to be tired.
Like, cause
I'm having too much fun to be tired, bro.
I'm like, bro, like.
I'm having too much fun. I don't even believe I'm 52. I'm like, this is what 52 feels like. My hip hurts a little bit. Other than that, I'm like, yo, it's because I be jogging and shit without stretching. But either way, I'm like, you know, I'm trying to tell everybody, yo, 52 could be dope. It could be better than 25.
I agree. I'm 44. I feel better than I ever felt in my life. Light as I've ever been, everything. I love it. I just don't.
You gotta be active. Like,
who
wants to be like, yo, when I was in the 12th grade, I had the football and I did this and like. And again, this ain't no disrespect to nobody, but like when I was younger, I was visualizing what I wanted to look like at this age.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to be performing old records and be fat, gray, and be doing the Dame Dash dance and be all sweaty on stage and doing old shit. I don't want to be ever on that tour of the oldies, but I have to always have new shit.
Gotta be cool.
The only way to be cool is to be making new shit. You gotta be active. If you're not active, you're not cool telling stories. You just an old nigga telling stories. I could tell you some stories, but I'm gonna tell you some shit that's happening in the future because I've been hustling.
How it affects us.
You understand what I mean? Like, I saw the Titanic and I saw the iceberg 10 years ago. I was like, yo, everything y'all doing now is not gonna matter in 10 years. I'm out of here. Or y'all not coming with me? I swam off that shit. And I built my own boat. You feel me?
Yeah, I love it.
So now that everyone understands what they need to build, I already have it built, and by the time they build it, I'm way ahead. Teaching people about old things doesn't make sense to me. It's all about new shit. And if you're gonna do new shit, it shouldn't be the same as everybody else.
So I gotta ask you a question.
When you hustle your drugs, if you come out with the first, when you have the drug first, the prices are up.
For sure.
So why do I want to get in when it's 2 for $5? Or when it's like $2 bottles? Why? I want to be in when they $20 bottles, and I got to make the work. I want to set the price.
I gotta ask a question. I kind of disagree with you. I think you can learn from the past. If you listen
I didn't say you can't learn from the past.
No. I'm saying talking about it.
I didn't say you can't talk about it. I just said you have to be active doing something.
Of course,
present.
because I was about to say 48
Got
laws
to be
of power.
doing something present.
Like they tell stories of like how people lost 48 laws of power. Like they tell stories.
First of all, the 48 laws of power is a cheater's book.
Why you say that?
Because Lior uses it.
I agree. Okay, in that case, you're right.
Let me tell you this. In every fucking body's office in the music business, it's the 48 laws of power. I know everyone's tricks just by reading that dumbass book.
I agree.
All that book is for cheaters. Perception and all that other, it's for cheaters. It's how you take over and erase somebody's culture. That's not what I'm trying to do. I fight fair. I want to look at you. I don't steal. I take. It's different. I don't want to be sneaky. You see, weak people have to be real strategic about the way they get at you. They do it sneaky.
Yeah.
The softer you are, the sneaky you are. You scared.
I agree.
You don't even want. I want to look you in your face. I tell you what I'm gonna do, and I do it. And I even give you a chance to give me a fair one. But no one fights fair in that business. So you'll get a Steve Stout, a Leo, and a Jay-Z, and they'll all come together and conspire. And then talk about it 10 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And then take me to court.
Mm.
Now that I didn't think would happen, but that's the industry. I don't want to be in that industry.
But that was to silence you, though.
Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Niggas clicking up to fight one man and doing it behind his back is coward to me. Just give me a fade. I'll take one at a time.
Who would you want if you had a fade? Who would you want first? I just
Leo.
want to know that. Okay, so I just need to know who you want
He's
first
too
on the
old
fade.
now. I would just beat him to death. I would not even. It wouldn't even be right. It would be like elderly abuse. But that would be like put the gloves on, a little Steve Stout.
Yeah.
But I already smacked Steve Stout. But I'm not proud of it. But he ass bet me.
What does ass bet mean?
He bet me and told me he wasn't going to pay me.
Oh.
That's what happened. He bet me about something. He was like, yo, I'm not paying you. And I was like, now I got to. You know what I'm saying? It was like, now I got to smack you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to. You feel me? You're not going to just tell me that.
Did he pay you after you smacked him?
Nah. He paid me back by all the sneaky shit. Think about it. Niggas smack you, right, and you don't get him back. Again,
it's in your heart.
No, dog, he been doing all this shit.
Yeah.
You heard Un say, yo, we have Operation Take Day. See, I had forgave him because he said sorry, but Un started it again. I'm like, what? You really did that shit? Like, and I knew it, but I'm like, yo, I can't believe that motherfuckers could proudly say, yo, we're going to get together because he's messing with all our girls and he's getting all the money and we got to get him out of here. Like, why? And y'all going to have a meeting about that and then can do it together? Like, everyone had it. Like, you know that meeting when I ran in Def Jam? You know, when I ran into Leo and them, Leo was like, you know, Jay set that meeting up. Like, Leo told on. When I ran into Steve Stout told me they all tell me when I get in front of them what they all did.
Because they scared of you.
They weren't scared of me. They did it. They like, yo, he did it. I did. Yeah, they all had a different role.
But you know what the difference between when somebody steal from you and you catch them red-handed and they're like, oh, he told me to steal.
Nah, they do the 48 laws of power. Make him look like he's fucked up. Make him look broke. I'm like, they doing the 48 laws of power. Keep doing that. I'm going to just make sure. It don't matter what you do if I got the guns.
Yeah.
I got the work. I got the network. I got the ads. I got the tech. I got prophecy. I got a crew. I did it on my own.
You got the voice.
It's my family's. And I've been able to push my own point of view. I'm also a player coach now.
Yeah.
So I'm not telling you to watch a movie I didn't make. I'm not telling you to listen to no music I didn't make or any clothes to wear that I didn't design. I'm good at all of those verticals. I make a suit. I give you curriculum. I just got a doctrine. You know?
Yeah.
Like I'm teaching in schools and I got my GED. Why would I do it the way they tell me to do it and it works?
That's true.
It works for me. They tell me to do it the way it works for them. It's better for them if they can control us, so they teach us how to be controlled. I mean, in schools right now, we still abide by a curriculum that was made by Thomas Jefferson. This right now is the same curriculum. And it's to teach a black man how to listen to a white man, how to tell a white man to tell a black man what to do. That really happens. Ask a black principal and they'll tell you. I got that from the OSG, so I ain't gonna be mad at that. That's a good trick. I'm gonna get with some black principals like the OSG and, led by Dr. Dennis McKeezy, and we gonna figure out how to do it ourselves, and we'll make our own curriculum so I can make kids books that completely give kids better cognitive skills because some principals told my girl exactly what to do.
Exactly.
And, we're going to give you programming, because I have a network, about dealing with unrecognized trauma. Healing is gangster. And then we're going to teach you how disgusting the food that our oppressor gives us and why would we trust our oppressor to feed us. So we're going to give you an alternative. So all these verticals, independent, that's the kind of broke you're supposed to be.
I agree.
Broke to me is the new fly, because that means you bet it all.
Yep.
But you can't be broke and don't have shit to show for it.
By the way, a lot of people is broke in front of our face, but it's not about being broke. It's about having value. There's a lot of people.
I'm saying broke in like funny.
No.
You know
But I'm saying in general, there are people out here who have built value. Like, for example, we in 85 South shit. It's whatever they're making is not what it's worth. If they sold it, it'd probably be worth way more. But so you might not have the cash, but that doesn't mean you don't have the value. So
no, what you're saying is, if you paid for a building, you don't have no money to do anything but pay for the bills of the building. So that's broke.
Yes.
But you have a building.
And if you ever want to
have
cash
a staff
out,
of 35 people, you supposed to be broke.
Yeah.
If you got money and you are independent and you got all of this, something's not
Something's
right.
wrong. I agree.
So if you got 5 companies independent, I'm not supposed to have $1.
I agree. I hate the first and the 15th. I hate what I got to pay people.
What?
I hate it.
But
No
someone that
disrespect.
pays
I
no
love
bills
them. I love them, but I just hate those
Like I
days.
said, if you got $100,000 worth of bills a month and you made 90, you broke that month because you owe 10.
Yeah.
And they're calling.
Yep.
But you still made 80 that month. So are you really broke?
Nah.
You know?
You're just trying to get somewhere.
That's what it is. Your dream to me, and I don't say this is for everybody, but I bet it all.
Yeah.
I bet it all proudly.
Mm-hmm.
So you ask my son, right? Like the day I sold Rockware, I invested it all in other businesses the next day. So what I told my son was, yo, we about to be broke. He's like, but you just got a big check. All that's going in the street. Are you all right with that? We might be struggling. He was like, all right, let's go.
How does Boogie now?
30. He's supposed to be here now. He's 30. He'll be 32.
Crazy, man. He was a kid. The video.
But again, I was retiring from Roc-A-Fella at 35.
That's crazy. Yeah, but I agree with you, though.
35, I started independent, but I broke a social class before I was 21.
Mm-hmm.
I'm first generation, you know. But again, it's like it's not enough money to do what I want because I have big dreams. I already know what I'm gonna do with the money I make whatever my exit strategy is for this company or with my family. Because now it's my family's.
Yeah, it's a family business.
Yeah. I don't even own it. The family owns it.
I love that.
I'm an employee of the company. I work for my family.
Exactly. I love that. And nothing better than you always said, hustle for your last name.
There's nothing else to hustle for.
I agree.
Like, we're doing all right for ourselves. We could be all right in the moment.
Yeah, but you're doing
But you want your kids not to have to be so tough.
Brother, one thing I respect about Jewish culture is that when they came from the Holocaust, they sat down and they said collectively, our kids only we gonna take the bullshit, but our kids only gonna have 3 jobs: a lawyer, a doctor, or they could work in finance. That's it.
Or the Shemanta business, fashion.
Well, they created the fashion district, but by that when they created it, but it wasn't.
They were very strategic about not letting that happen again.
Yeah, exactly. And to me, I feel like, and to me, when you
There's
talk,
a lot of
it
rules
makes
that
sense.
come with it. It comes with a lot of rules.
It does.
But it's tricky. Like for me, it's like I don't need a holiday for my family to sit down or an excuse to turn off phones. But I get it. You know what I mean? Like there's certain disciplines where like there's a trick just to bring your family.
It's a mental thing. It's just I got to let you see that this is bigger than you. So you got to do it. You got to play into
We're
this.
programmed for our families based on the way we're programmed. We're only supposed to sit down on holidays apparently.
Exactly.
But I sit down with my family and at the table damn near every day.
I agree.
And Rocky makes sure of that. Correct, Nicolette?
Yes.
We said that you've been so talkative, Nicolette. Anything you want to add?
Oh, you just been,
What I want to segue to real fast.
I love it.
Is Nicolette has been riding with us. She didn't come as an artist. She got hired as a graphic designer, right? Mm-hmm. And again, for me, I don't work with anyone unless they have a dream.
Yeah.
I don't pay you enough. So I have to know what your dream is so I can help you if you help me, because there should be a fair exchange. See, people come up to me and say, yo, make my dreams come true. And I'm like, did you make my dreams come true? Why would I stop that? Like, you haven't earned that.
But not only that, if I pay you enough for you to live, then you're going to just do everything it can for us to coast. And I need people that's trying to push us up. I need you to give me that extra 10 minutes, that extra 30 minutes that you didn't have.
But also, I have a studio.
Mm-hmm.
I tour. I have cameras.
Mm-hmm.
We have millions of dollars. The stuff that you need a record deal for, because she wanted to be she wants to be an artist.
You are an artist.
She is an artist.
For sure.
And it's been a transition getting her to embrace her being the artist as opposed to, because before she started working for artists. And also she became she was
Helping
there
a
for.
lot.
Pardon?
Helping a lot of people and not myself.
That perspective helps you though. I think it's hard to win if you don't serve first. You got to understand the importance of serving.
Well, it should be a fair exchange.
Yeah.
It's entitlement if you think someone should help you just because they can make money off of you.
I don't help just because I think I could get something back.
Well, she showed that because she's been there for tragedies in my family. So she's become family. So she helped me build the stage, so she should perform on it. But when she first got with me, she wasn't ready.
Got you.
She didn't know how to perform. She didn't know how to write.
Never performed.
I had to put, and I have
write.
everything
Come on
documented. She was writing 35 bars before a hook.
That was one freestyle I showed you.
You wasn't writing the song in the song.
I would be in it, so I had to push her.
For sure.
But again, it's like, if you don't help me, then I don't even care. Like, you try, and then if you don't make it, peace out. But if you've really helped me, I'm going to, even if I make you uncomfortable, because the only way you could kind of grow is to be uncomfortable
Mm-hmm.
to get
I
to where you
agree.
gotta go. So
Growth hurts.
but I rehearsed for like years of rehearsal, making beats, writing. But now, like, if I go anywhere and I could be in a room for like, any rappers, and if I be like, all right, let's make a record, and she'll have the record written in a matter of like 15 minutes and put pressure on everybody in it because she could really rap. But she could also like pick up a guitar and play the drums,
Where you from?
sing.
It's like getting creative.
Where you
I
from?
grew up in South Carolina.
Good.
But and she's down for whatever.
Yeah, when you from the country, it's a different kind of chip on your shoulder. You like, like when I get to the big city, I got to be ready. You know what I mean? You ain't just you always feel behind.
Well, Charleston
Right,
is like is
That's
like
where Charlamagne from, Charleston, right?
Charleston is like
Yeah.
the
Columbia,
guilt of
yeah.
the South.
Yeah,
That's where all the slaves came in.
Mm.
So there's a mentality there, but it's not just about black. It's like she likes girls, so she had to not. She couldn't show that she liked girls for a while, so she still has PTSD with that.
That's
like
true.
she just embracing that. Like, we all
Timing is
gotta deal
everything,
with it.
though.
I
Well,
suppressed
it's
a
just
lot.
not being in that environment and knowing that that's not the way the world runs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a point in time where you couldn't hide that. Now you have
It's
openly
all right
gay
now.
artists. You got openly gay
I
male
be telling her, I
rappers.
be like, it's
yeah.
2023. Nobody
I got
gives
an
a
openly gay rapper that signed to me right now. I just did this deal actually, Rock Nation. Like we just put his record out last week. Openly gay. I just think I feel bad for the artists that came out in the '80s and '90s that had to hide it. Hide who you are. Nah, I
That's
think it's
such
a
an
good time.
inner like struggle.
But you know what I was gonna say? I feel like Dame, like, so I see you as like the guy who everybody in the culture wants to see win. Like I feel like
Oh, the comeback is crazy.
I feel like this part of your life
This
is
is
called
the
the
fun
Empire
shit.
Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Right? It's like
That's
like
the
you
Godfather.
Yeah.
Where you hit all the 5 families
Yeah,
in one day.
exactly, in one
That's
day.
why I'm doing all these different
Yeah,
verticals.
but here's the
One
part
thing
that
I don't have, I got to get the liquor thing right.
But you know what it is though? As long as there's a camera rolling and there's gonna be interest in what you're saying, if you're saying the right thing, the people are gonna come. Because right now there's a huge separation. I think middle class is gone, right? If you look at it like
I'm gonna tell you what it is.
go ahead.
As I'm advising people to do certain things, it's because that day I did it.
Mm.
I'm fighting the fight that I'm advising people to fight based on my experience. I'm in the war. I'm like, yo, there's a new bullet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
like, I just came from the war. Like, if you're gonna get in the war, there's a new bullet. Don't come with that old gun. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you understand what I mean? Like,
They got bullets that can fly around walls.
So
now.
I'm
Get
giving
ready
the
for
right.
it.
I'm
Yeah.
giving the right advice.
That's real.
So that's why you know it, and I'm showing you. That's why I'm transparent.
Yeah.
So I haven't launched the network yet. I'm still populating it, and it still looks good.
Yeah.
So everybody, I'm gonna take a break. And also, what I wanted to do, again, when I was talking to Nicolette, I just got distracted. I wanted, because she's the vertical for me, because it's her dream. My dream comes true, so now her dreams come true. Her vertical is to I've never seen a white rap group. So when she got with Lee, and Lee's from Florida, because she's been making solo projects, and we made a TV show called Play Toy and all this. Like, I always do like a Streets is Watching.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the L word, Streets is Watching.
Mm-hmm.
But, and we're going to premiere that on the network. But it's just, I'm re-engineering things.
Mm.
So that's why I was like, because to me, rock and roll's always been ours.
Yeah.
Like, you can't date music just because that's when you recognized it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when one culture recognized, they say that's the birth of it. That's why I'm not doing
That's
that
why I
50
asked you,
years
who
of
old
hip-hop
boy
shit.
was, because I was like, you got to know it, even if you're in the room.
That's why I'm not doing
Yeah.
that 50 years of hip-hop shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're going to tell me I'm older than hip-hop? I
Yeah.
don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you recognize it or you monetize it that day doesn't mean that's when the clock started to tick.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
So rock and roll's ours.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm showing you that we better than you at rock and roll. Boom. Now it's like, okay, I did rap, but now if I'm going to do rap, I got to do it different.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the model. What was the best, biggest to me rap group was the Fugees. They were the most fun. They were the safest. This is the world I want. Sometimes success in rap comes with murder and jail.
Yeah.
But the Fugees don't.
Nah.
It
Outkast either.
It comes with financial issues sometimes because you're an artist. So we know what to make sure we don't do. But what about a white one?
Yeah.
Because she could really dance. Like,
Yeah.
I forget that she's white. That's why I say it a lot. I'm like, don't forget, because she's like, that's the white girl doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
But then also Lee is like, I pause. I be calling nigga Red Thor. Or Red Aqua. Red Aqua. That's what I pause.
Shout
Red
out to
Aqua.
Legit.
Yeah, because he got long hair.
Yeah,
like
long hair, with the red
so,
hair.
Yeah, so it's like, so that's different.
Yeah.
And then, I when I saw Maya and saw how much of a boss she was, because, everyone loved Maya. Like, no one, to me, Maya it's like Maya. It was like Maya, you know what I mean?
She's
I call it
amazing.
Maya time, Maya effect. And I was at the Paul's Black Caucus, and I was having a meeting, the commission dinner, and I'm part of this thing called commission. We have Senator Eddie Milton, and big shout out to him. He just won the mayor, and that was something strategic we did. And that's where we have to talk about laws and being able to pass laws. But it's Senator now Mayor Eddie Milton, Congressman Andre Carson, is Bishop Purnell for the real history of religion, and there's Dr. Purnell for health, and then there's two therapists. One is I think he's Dr. Tajay now, and Melody. I'm not going to call her doctor, but I call her Dr. Melody. And then there's Do It All, who was the first first elected public official that went platinum selling. So we're making real moves. Like, you can't change things that you don't like unless it's in law. And most laws were passed 102 years ago, and they had slaves, the people that were passing laws. So you can't trust their laws because they didn't behoove us.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
New laws need to be passed, and just conveniently they don't teach us how to pass laws in school. So we'll teach it anyway. So I was there at the Black Caucus, and we were having a dinner, and we went to there was like a big show, an oldie show. Kenny Burns was the master of ceremony, and Kenny. I made him the president of rock music.
He just did my show. His episode was out this week.
Yeah, I don't know if he talked about that.
He did. He said
and that also funded Ryan Kenny.
I didn't know that, but he spoke about the shirts. I thought it was strategic that when Jay makes the line,
no,
change clothes. I thought that was the help.
I hated. That was the worst fad. You find
button up shirts.
Find me a picture of me with a Yankee hat and button up shirt and cufflinks, and I'll give you $100,000. I hated that shit. And that's almost what that's why I sold my interest. I'm like, because when Jay, we had a meeting and Jay was like, I'm voting with them from now on. And I was like, word. And then they were like,
What do you mean I'm voting with them? What does that mean?
So, like, we had partners, and it was like Ed Norton, not Ed Norton. Yeah.
The actor?
Alex. That's why I said Ed Norton.
Yeah.
Norton was one of them,
Yeah.
and Alex was, they were like brother-in-laws, and they were Russians.
Yeah.
And then it was Jay and I. So we all owned 25% of it. So we would have to have a collective vote. But my vote, if
you and Jay vote count as one.
Yeah, but it was like if Jay voted, then it didn't matter. It's like our vote was heavier because because he was a lot of the times the reason why I was doing a lot of shit and on the camp because Jay he never went to Rockware.
Yeah,
like literally he might have showed up maybe twice while I was there. So I would have to do the things that he should be doing. But I was like, if I'm gonna do that. Because I'm not supposed to be doing that. I'm doing the administrative shit. I got to do it in style. Like, I'm not going to be around my kids. So I'd be like, I need a jet. Blah, blah, blah. All right, then go get Jay. I want nobody. You do it then. Like, I'm the only one that'll do it.
Yeah.
Like, y'all remember, like, I jumped on the stage with Jay. I was on the stage with Jay because he was boring.
Yeah.
On stage. Like, the first time he did a show, he forgot all his lines. So, he didn't have hit records at the time. So I had to, as a CEO, I did whatever had to be done.
And can I ask a question, just curious? What was Big's role in all of that? Like
he was
because he always felt like muscle, but as I got to know him, he's just like a nice guy.
He wasn't the muscle. He was more the money. In the beginning.
I used to
But then he tried to like find his place, and that was the reason why Roc-A-Fella broke up.
So the pressure of him having to say what he did almost justify himself?
He just didn't what you mean?
Like, okay, so like everybody knew Dame, everybody knew Jay. But it was always like, who's Biggs? So that pressure of who's Biggs is now I got to show the world who's Biggs. So nigga, I'm gonna say where I am when I say I am.
Biggs was all right. I would be the one to be like, you better go out and get in front of them fucking cameras, and you better not be hustling. You know what I'm saying? Like that got to be done. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when he got locked up, I was pissed, bro. I was mad at this nigga. But anyway, I couldn't. It's another story. But with Biggs, it was just more like he was just there, and he was like my friend.
Yeah.
But he didn't. So the reason why Roc-A-Fella broke up was because Jay was like, "Yo, I don't. Y'all got to dilute." We was like, "Bro, we give you all the money as an artist, and you want us to dilute, right?" And I was like, "I'm not diluting." You know what I'm saying?
So dilute meaning give me a bigger percentage of Roc-A-Fella.
Dilute. So if I had 25%, now he wanted me to give him 5 of my 5%, and I dilute the 20.
Okay.
So he went, and I was like, shit, as hard as I work, nigga, you wouldn't have done none of that shit without me. You better talk. And Biggs, so him and Biggs wasn't speaking. I told this story the other day.
Yeah.
But it's like I never really told these things because I just wasn't thinking about it. But that's the explanation.
Yeah.
And the reason, and then we had to squash it. But it was always he wanted me to, like, not fuck with Biggs. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I just was like, we could do something different. I think, what the fuck was the name? That's why I like all that Roc-A-Fella and all that. I made all of that shit up.
That was a compilation album.
No,
Yeah.
dog. I made it up because we were doing different things, like, and then they used it. Team Rock. That's all mine. That is all my idea. That's like kind of funny to see people using my ideas for things.
Yeah.
But that was all my idea. So, you know, it just got used after. You know, it was like everybody just wanted my office. They wanted my ideas. They wanted my brands. Look, I shared it. You can have it. That's usually what happens is the things I think of that I'm partners with people, then they want it.
Yeah.
But then everything I thought of usually goes out of business 3 or 4 years. Like Roc-A-Fella went out of business.
Yeah.
Rockaway went out of business. So, you know, now it's like mass. It's because I wasn't running it no more. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm like, I could start my own shit. You feel me?
So
but
I'm
I was
sorry.
talking about the Maya thing. So when I went to the thing, I saw Maya, Kenny Burns. He stopped the whole show. He gave me the ultimate respect. We was partying, split the crowd, went up there, and they were like, Maya's performing. I was like, word? And I was with the congressman. I was with the senator. So I was like, where's Maya? Where's Maya? So I'm looking for Maya. I just wanted to see if she was still Maya.
Yeah, she
and
is.
then right before she got on stage, you know, we took pictures, but she started performing. I was like, oh, shit. She had like a full band and dancers, and she was ill.
She's
Her
incredible.
voice. She was incredible. I didn't leave. We were there like all of us were stuck.
You know,
We're
motherfuckers usually
waiting.
leave when they done. You know how I go.
I got the picture. I said hi to Maya. I could go.
I'll talk to y'all later.
But
Yeah.
we were like mad when it was over. We just was like, oh shit. And I was like, she still got it. So we got cool, and then I realized and understood that she really runs all her own business. She's been independent since like 2007.
Yeah.
And then so we be talking about. I just was like, yo, let's just jam out or something. I want to see what we do. But we locked in, and you know, I was able to. We're doing a movie, and I wanted to do the music for the movie. And we got to work with her, and she just did her thing.
Yeah. By the
You know,
way,
so that
by the
was
way,
the
shout
Maya.
out Maya because.
But I didn't want to do like old school Maya.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give her credit because we have a song. One of my guys wrote a song for her album, and she started hitting me for the splits and getting the paperwork signed. Like I was like, so she was like,
She
"Hey, this
is
is Maya,"
on
and I was like,
Bro.
"Maya, somebody from Maya's team or Maya?" She said, "No,
she
this is
does-
Maya. I need you to confirm this for me."
littlest
So I'm like,
Bro, she doesn't fuck around at all.
I love that. By the way, that story should be told, and I don't know why she's not telling it. I don't know.
Why you think I'm telling?
Yeah.
So again, when I do anything, I want to work with people just like Freeway, who has his freedom thinkers. He's in the schools. He's with the OSG, and she's doing. You know, it comes with curriculum. So whatever I do, I want to show people how to do it the way I do it. And it's their choice whether they can do it or not.
Exactly.
But I want to make sure they do it right.
Gotcha.
Because in professional business, there's certain little pivots that you can make that could either make you amateur or not amateur. Because you could look good to people that aren't in the industry,
But somebody that's
but
in
to
it can
someone
be
that's
like,
in the industry,
that's
they're
off.
like, they already know that you
tell
don't
it's
know
off.
what you're doing.
I agree.
So you always want to be like good, not for people that don't know shit. You want to be better than the people that do. But that takes being knowledgeable and studying, and you can't expect to monetize shit. Like most people, when I asked them, like we were talking to this girl, and I was like, how do you make your money in the music business? And she really didn't understand it was her show and her merch.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, and then when I explained it to her, I'm like, so why don't people practice their show? And that's the way they make their money. Like, why would you get on a stage, perform with a track and your vocal in it? That's karaoke.
Yeah.
Why
I
would
agree.
someone pay to see that? So why wouldn't you work and master the art of making what's going to be the best at what makes you the most money? But if you don't know that, and no one tells you, you know, then what you going to do?
Agreed.
You know what I mean? So that's why I give the information, because I want students to become partners. You feel me?
For sure.
Just like 85 South.
Love it.
Now they got a better facility than me for now.
Shout out to those
And
guys.
it challenges me to be better. That's the kind of challenge I want when my students have better shit than me, like Kanye.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm like...
Kanye feels like Dame Dash Jr., by the way.
I know. He's
He just-
proud of it.
But not only that, I think he also feels that way because I think the hardest part for you was that we knew it was you, but you were always pushing a voice. And those voices eventually became as big as they're supposed to become, and now
I
those voices
wasn't
can drown you
making
out.
anything tangible, a product that was mine.
That's my point. Like,
I had to make a product.
yes.
So I could put my point of view as opposed to giving my point of view to other people.
Exactly.
And then doing bad things with them.
Yeah.
So I needed to make my own. That's what I'm telling everybody. It's like you got to find what you love and be really good at it, so you can leverage your. Like someone that makes money off people. It's like if you can make money off people, then make money off yourself.
I agree.
It's like if you're gonna make money off music, then make some music and make money off that.
I'm be honest with you. When I started my company, I called it LYI, and I pay everybody that worked for me full time. I pay them all out my money I make from Radar. But my thing was, I'm gonna be the first client. If we can't take me from where I was to that, then how I'm gonna tell you I could take you?
5,000%.
So yeah, so I increased my shit by like 500% on all verticals, like everywhere
You
to
have
the point where
why was like again? I'm not gonna say listen to some music that I don't like, but let me ask you a question. You think Leor could dance? Yes or no?
I never thought about it.
I'm asking you now.
If I had to say,
have you ever Have you ever played music and
For
seen him?
Leor.
He'd be like, he doesn't. He can't
Kinda
move to
does this,
music.
yeah.
Okay, let's do Leor the dance challenge. The next time anybody plays music for Leor, ask him to dance to it. Ask him to even bop his head or hold a beat. So how could he choose? He told me Hard Knock Life wasn't a hit.
oh wow,
He told me not to go with 5 records at the same time. He didn't want to sign Kanye. He wanted to put out the Young Guns because they had more BDS with that Can't Stop, Won't Stop. I had Kanye on Atlantic, but then someone over there, Tom Foley, I forgot his name.
Tom Wally.
Tom Wally, he cool, but the person he had was not the smartest.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're just as dumb as them. I just brought it back. It was dumb. I should have did it because then I would have still. Because I did the Kanye thing when at the end of our multiple when we were selling the company, so that went into that. So
I would say Roc-A-Fella is probably worth.
listen.
The
I
catalog is worth
had so much.
now.
Pardon?
The catalog is worth so much.
Well,
now
if I
from
was
what-
robbing my artists and took their masters, you know what's crazy? You know, in 35 years, you have to give the masters automatically go back to you.
they give revert.
So how do people sell? If someone they got to give you your masters back.
Yeah, I agree. Man, you a hero, bro. You a
So that's
superhero.
why I wonder how someone could sell someone else's masters if in 35 years they go back to the artist. How could someone else sell somebody's masters?
Well, they
You
selling.
probably don't have the answer. I'm gonna find out.
I do. They selling their rights. So if I have the rights
Yeah, but
till
after-
2037, then I'm selling you those rights in the
Up till
2037.
237.
Yeah.
But I highly doubt that that's the people that are buying it know that.
No, they know it because I sold the
So then why
catalog.
would they do this? They're just like, I'm going to buy the rights. So they might have like 15 years left on 30 years.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but even
So
if you look
so the artist after 35 years, they could get, it's like getting an advance for 35 years worth and then it goes back to the artist again?
yes, but I ain't gonna lie to you. If you
Interesting.
know how much
No, I think
these
if you
masters
sell
are
it,
making,
if a middleman sells it, that must be what it is.
yeah, no, people are selling their rights.
So then an artist could probably leverage, and I'm saying this as I'm thinking it, an artist could probably leverage how much money they would make after 35 years now.
They could.
They don't know it. Most artists don't know they get their masters back after 35
They
years.
don't, matter of fact,
How many artists?
35 years go by and they
So,
trying to figure out
let me
how
a-
do I go? Do I email
Let me ask you a
someone?
question. How many artists do you think know that after 35 years you get your masters back?
Successful artists? I
No,
probably
I didn't say successful.
okay. I'm
artists.
about to say because out of successful,
I said
probably-
artists.
Artists probably 5%. Successful maybe 25. Like the smart ones, like Beyonce probably owns.
No,
that
like
shit
that's
they
somebody that
Yeah.
a lawyer or somebody,
somebody told them that.
you because when you have enough money to hire smart people,
Yeah.
but they still gonna rob you. No matter what, if there's somebody in between you and your bread, they either make up reasons to charge you and act like they did you a favor, or they just flat out rob you. Like
Charge you
Barry
administration
Clarberg.
fee to maintain
Like
your
Barry
shit.
Clarberg had me sell Rockware and took $1 million. I didn't know about it till I ran out of bread, and I was like, that's why this nigga pushed me to do that deal.
And
So he
who
can
is
make it.
Barry?
Barry Clarberg was my accountant. Remember, when I have all these tax problems? It wasn't like I wasn't paying an accountant. I was paying that man like $1 million a fucking year.
I always thought John Manelli was
That
the
was
guy
it.
that ran the money.
Nah,
handled the
that
money.
was John McNeely. What happened was, John was at I forgot what the firm it was at that we were working with.
Yeah.
And he got into some like
Was it Michael Guido?
no, Guido's our lawyer.
Yeah.
But he had got into some sexual harassment shit, so he had to leave. But he didn't tell us that. He came to us and was like, "Oh, I'm ready to just come work for y'all full time." But I had the line, and I was like, "Yo, nigga, my nigga, I know about your bullshit, but you know," and I didn't really investigate it. And in hindsight, that's why I shouldn't have did it. But I was like, either way, I'll let you, because he had done some things that I had liked. But he was always like, the way he did business was always self-serve. When we were doing the budgets, he always was getting paid the most. And I'm like, why is he making the most? You know what I'm saying? On the
Yeah,
salary.
I was about to ask you because I'm about to say
Like, what the
because he was
fuck?
considered Jay's manager.
Nah, he
when
wasn't
y'all-
around me. He wasn't never Jay's manager.
Okay, can I say when Jay was doing the Hard Knock Life tour and all those shows, and y'all was out there,
I was still managing Jay.
so you was making a percentage of the money.
I was, and then Jay came to me one day and was like, "Yo, this is what Jay did. He hired my assistant when I fired her, and then came and was like, "Yo, I don't want you to be my manager no more. I could just have Carlene do it." That's how they used to play, and I was like, "I don't care about the money, bro.
Yeah,
You feel me? I don't want to be a manager. I was doing it because nobody else would."
exactly.
But it's like damn, you gonna hire a person I just fired? Like,
Yeah.
damn. Like, she went on vacation and like I fired her, and then he sent her to the yacht.
Why'd you
and
fire
hired
her?
Because I had too many different verticals going on,
Got you.
and
Okay.
I was too much.
So it wasn't like a falling out. It was just.
Well, at some point, it was becoming abusive. So it was like I can't be yelling at people all day. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So it was like, and I forgot really, but we still cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Sure.
it's just like, again, like at that time, to me, it was normal to always have 5 verticals. So music was just one thing. I always had music, and then I'd be doing movies, and then I'd be doing clothing, and then I'd be running around the world doing rock box and fucking art and all these other things.
Oil.
So, yeah, so one person is like, that's not what I'm here for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in hindsight, it's just sometimes, like almost everybody at Roc-A-Fella, at some point I kind of fired them.
Yeah.
And they all went on to be like big executives other places. But it wasn't that they couldn't handle the music anymore. It was they couldn't handle the other verticals. And
And
then
they
they
trying to scale, and you needed people around you who was kind of committed. Like you said, I don't want to pay you
when
if
you
you're not
get to
helping
a
me.
certain point, you can't have people that are doing something for the first time. So it's like a doctor. Like I'm not gonna have my homie doing that just because. So with your business, you have to if you have enough money, then you hire the best at that vertical.
Exactly.
So like every octopus leg, there's 8 octopus legs, and every octopus leg has a brain. Octopus has 8 brains. Pause. So each vertical needs to have an individual brain. So if I couldn't like pivot her to be the president of a company, because all my assistants eventually they're not. The other should be the smartest person because they're learning everything. So when I have an assistant, my intention is to make them run a vertical
A boss.
at some point.
Same here. I
You know
don't
what I
want
mean?
people around me that don't
But
want
a
to be a
vertical,
boss.
like pick one of my, but that's now for my family. So it's
Yeah.
like, all right, do you like fashion? Do you like movies? Do you like music? Do you like books? Do you like art? Do you like philanthropy? Do you like curriculum?
Whatever your interest
Do you
is.
like weed? Do you like liquor? Do you like hotels? Do you like factories? Do you like football?
Yeah, whatever it is.
So my son likes football. So now I got, I'm building a football league. So
Yeah.
I have a network. Why not?
Yeah.
So I could give teams. So we all got teams. He got a Vegas team. I got a Florida team. My other son. So just so we can fuck with each other.
Yeah,
Big Willie
sure.
shit. And my daughter loves fashion. She's a supermodel.
Yeah.
Right? She really is. She's on billboards right now, Ava. So of course I'm like, you want? Okay, I need you to run. She's doing the CEO Kids. She's starting that, which is what her mother started in, Rachel.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, dude, that happened yesterday, right? The day before yesterday, with barriers, with Barter. Yeah, with this and shit. But this is Barter's brand, but this is a sample. Not a sample. I think he's about to go into production with this. But I get the new shit way before everybody. So I like to get it off first. And these CEOs, these are mine. I made these and the glasses and all that. The sneakers she got on.
I will have some more. I got to get a pair.
You got to get a pair.
I'll get it soon. It even got to match what I'm wearing. I'm aware.
You got to. We
Yeah.
don't
'Cause
worry.
we gotta support each
Starting
other.
January,
Yes,
it's going to be
CEO
crazy.
Yeah.
So again, the reason why I did a collaboration with Jack Claire is because Jack Claire has lineage, and it was you can't like get into an athletic wear to me without being with someone with lineage, and you have to have proof that it could sell.
Yes.
So now that I have proof it could sell, it's time for me to break off, and I'm doing my own thing, and it'll be just CEO. But Willie Esco, who owns Jack Claire, he will still help build it, and I'll be using his technology and shit. But now I got my own brand, and he gets to use what I'm doing with his brand as marketing. You understand what I mean?
Sure.
But now I know how to make my own sneakers, and I can sell them for $250. Like I showed that I could sell a product at $250. That's a Sharon Barber bag. So he makes that shit in Turkey, and his leathers cost his jackets cost $5,000.
Oh wow.
Sharon Barber. You know what I mean? So he made a CEO. That's a basketball bag.
That's
so I'm
hard.
gonna sell those. Those are gonna cost $500, maybe $1,000. But I've established that I could sell things at that price point. You understand what I mean?
Sure.
On my own.
For sure.
But you can't do that overnight.
Nah.
It
but-
takes 10 years. I've been rocking CEO and talking about it for years.
Exactly. But
But-
not only that, you're still who you are.
Yeah, I'm still
We
there.
can't take.
It got to
like,
be fly.
You,
too.
we can't take from the fact that you
appreciate
guys
that.
were the guys that introduced us to basically the lifestyles that we're all trying to live today. Like I was just talking about this 2 days in the car. I'm like, man, I always wish that I was on when Excuse Me Miss video was out. I just want to be like it just looked like niggas on the elevator, bad bitches. Everybody, gangster niggas is dressed up. It just looked like a fun time.
No, it didn't look like one.
It didn't?
It was a fun time. I need you to go to American New.
Got you.
Because the thing about it is I was like the first generation of CEO money.
Mm-hmm.
So while they had to work, because when you're an artist, that's taking 300 days out of the year. An artist, people don't understand when your dream comes true and being an artist, no sleep, your whole life it's a lifestyle.
You have to commit to the character.
Right. So I was able again, because again, Jay wouldn't go to Europe to launch Rockware, I had to go. So I'm like, I'm only going if I have a private jet and I have to have the best hotels and we're gonna go throw parties. And I taped the whole thing. It's called International Grizzly. So I went to and I had like Richie started, not Richie. I had Jusky, who's Jay's DJ now, which is hilarious. Like all those guys were my friends first.
What's his name? Was his DJ?
Well, Jusky was for a minute.
It's Guru. He's not a DJ.
I don't know. But I know Jusky was. And then like Stevie and and we just I got on a jet, went to Milan, went to Amsterdam, jumped over to France, fashion show, taped the whole shit. You should check it. Go to International Grizzly on American New. And I got like so many episodes of that. Like,
I can watch them on there. I'm
watching.
I got you. I'm doing it.
Dying. It's just like some shit you would just play at night and laugh. But my daughters, they get to see what I look like at 32. I'm like, I'm 32 right there. They just like, you were 32 doing that?
Bossed up. Like that's
like it was
ridiculous.
It was
crazy,
like
bro.
the chill, like 32 is like. I can't even imagine it. Like now that I'm 52, like what that looked like at 32. I'm like, what the fuck? I must have looked crazy.
There's not many 32-year-olds like that,
At
especially
all.
now.
It was like me and Puff would like that.
Oh, you said OG Stories? What you said it was again?
No, it's International Grizzly.
International. I'm doing it right now, so I can listen as soon as I get in the car.
Matter of fact, let's cut to what we'll do is we're gonna cut to a little scene of International Grizzly, and we'll be right back.
I knew we were gonna make history, and that's how I look at my life. Like every second of it is history being made, something that I could reflect on and tell people about, and it can be aspirational.
Okay, now we're back.
Yeah, I'm literally just I got it queued up right now. I'm gonna watch it as soon as I get in the car. I'm gonna listen.
All right, and also we were gonna cut to because I wanted you to see some white Fugees.
For sure.
So I call them the Off-Whites, but that's not their official name.
Sounds like a movie, by the way. Sounds like a scary movie.
Hello.
starting to grow
Wait,
on
time
us.
out. So what are you supposed to do with the episode? Because she what we did is for her first album. Because this is what I did. I said, look, we're gonna make a record before I leave. We would work, and before I would leave, I said you got to make a record every night before I leave. But I'll stay with you.
Yeah.
So she made the record, and then we
For
turned
8
the record
days.
into, like I said, an L word, kind of a Streets is Watching. So that's Play Toy.
It's like a 25-minute short
So
visual
what's-
album.
So now, it's an episode. The first
It's the
episode.
first
is the pilot
episode.
to your TV show. It's just a narrative. So what's supposed to happen with this redemption? What am I like kind of bothered about right now?
About the script not being done.
So what exactly? So what's supposed to happen?
What do you mean?
A script supposed to make a movie, right, or a TV
Yeah,
show?
yeah, we're supposed to make another
So
one of
every
those.
record's supposed to be a TV show. Like I'm not going to change my model. So
Right.
even with that record with Freeway, I'm gonna turn that into a zombie movie. But I like that he said redemption to be a horror flick, and you love horror.
I do love it.
And wait a second, time out. You made that script because we got a ranch in Wyoming that we supposed to shoot in Wyoming. What was the name of it?
Oh, right. It was inspired by this crazy movie called Bitch Slap.
Yeah, so why we didn't make that? Well, maybe we should make that.
I'm about to say,
movie.
I gotta be honest with you. I think Off-White should be a movie about a y'all white group that goes and kills other white people or some horror shit.
How about this?
That they
Oh,
because they don't
yeah.
represent because they even if it's like culture
Kill.
vultures, whatever it is, just like
Let me ask you this.
it just show y'all getting away with all types of murder because y'all Off-White. It's like they couldn't be doing it.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
When you're not doing the podcast thing,
Yep.
what is it that your superpower is?
My superpower is I take people and I help them see the super version of themselves.
And also, Nicolette, can you get some IG stories?
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Taped
superpower.
in there.
My
You
superpower.
taping it? Oh, that's why I fuck with you. See, she's covered.
She on it.
So
But
yeah,
nah, my
you good then,
superpower
you
is
good.
I taking people and making them super. I have a vantage point,
Good.
and I'm a consumer. I'm like you. Like I like fly shit. I like
So
living a great life.
so what I'm saying is, you have an idea right now.
Yep.
So, you know, how could you be a part of that? I need help.
Oh, I mean, I can help you put it together.
How?
Shit, I got a whole team and everything. We can figure it out. I'm with you.
So let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to do that horror flick here.
Okay.
So what I would do is go to ChatGPT
Mm-hmm.
and type in every scene, like every area, this location in here.
Mm-hmm.
Put the character, put him in it, put me in it, put DC and everyone else in here, and then 22-minute episode.
Call it the Off-Whites.
And they call it the Off-Whites, and then say it's called the Off-Whites, and then actually, you know, you tell her what you think it should
That's hard.
It should be.
That's hard.
And we'll
though.
shoot it.
Like the
That sounds like a
Off-Whites.
horror film, like the Off-Whites. What are they doing? Oh, they killing black people. No, they Off-Whites. They killing black people. they going down like they're going in houses, acting like they're friends, and they're killing
Oh,
like
man.
anybody. Like
I
and you know
love
what? Can I
Redemption,
take,
and it's
you know what I'm about to
redemption.
say? You know what they should say? They should kill.
And it's redemption.
They should kill culture vulture executives. Tell me that's not hard,
Guess
bro.
who?
Like that's hard, right? Like, and then they about to sign their deal, and they in the house, and they're like, "Here's your pen. You're gonna get $1 million," and then you just stab them in the neck with the pen and be like, "Bitch, we been taking it back. You giving us other people money, you
Now
motherfucker."
check it. That's an example of, to me, collective economics.
Yeah,
And the reason why you have to keep other dreamers in the room. Because
I agree.
I've said the same thing to other people, and they didn't participate or give me any value. So now that you've given me value, I'm like, all right, if you're inspired by it
Yeah.
to actually say that,
Yeah.
and we're in the studio, let's just work with what we got, and I'll have a reason to come back to Atlanta. Let's do it.
that's hard.
And we could, and before we could have the script done in what, 5 minutes? You know what I'm saying?
BBC.
Or at least a
More,
structure.
but yeah.
Nah, but
Because a 22-minute episode takes me 2 days to shoot.
like, and that's 22 pages, right? So
That takes me 2 days to shoot. I shoot 10
pages a
10
day.
pages a day, and I'm dead nice.
Mm.
And they got enough cameras in here that all I would need to do was bring lenses. And I got Zeiss lenses, so I just bring my lens. I don't have 7 though.
You have 6.
I don't need
So you
6
have 5.
fucking cameras.
5.
But what that means, you know what's crazy? I could fucking shoot in 2 rooms. I could do 2 scenes at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. I think. By the way, I think every time artists should sit in the room, they should think 360. I think most artists fail because they only see music and they don't understand that music needs connectivity.
This is what I call it. It's called the octopus.
Mm-hmm.
And I will cut. You'll be seeing this on the screen. So there's a pause. There's the head, and then there's 8 legs. So first, let's say the artist. So the artist should always make an octopus. 1 leg should be films. 1 leg should be music. 1 leg should be touring. 1 leg should be fashion. 1 leg should be art. 1 leg should be philanthropy. So you know, a documentary, a television show, a curriculum. So you make all the legs, and then you know each project stimulates all the legs. If 1 leg doesn't work, you chop it off. It doesn't hurt the head, and another one grows back. Period.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's actually what I do with my artists. Correct? How many octopuses have you made?
So many.
It's like,
And we even take it to like, oh, now we're gonna put it in a neighborhood, so each house is.
oh,
like the
that was
leg.
your thing. Now, no. I have my octa. See, everyone has a language that they like to organize. So sometimes, because you know, like during COVID, we locked down and we all stood in the same house so we could still work.
Yeah.
But as a result, she ended up doing like 5 different jobs. And I was like, at times, I'd be like, yo, I could tell if I'm doing too much based on how it may affect the people around me. Her and Raquel, I'd be like,
Yeah.
I might be bugging.
But
And then I
I'm a
was,
superhero too.
yeah. And
was
then
hard
I'd be
to-
like, I'm feeling overwhelmed. So I was complaining to her one day, like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, right now I'm a little overwhelmed. And she was like, you're overwhelmed? Let me show you my method. So what's your method?
So yeah, he has the octopus. So it's basically the same thing, but I draw a neighborhood and I just draw a house along the street. Boom, boom, boom. One for him, one would be the CEO house. Another would be the Blue Rock house. Another would be Prince of Detroit house.
That's a movie.
And then in each house, you would put like a stick figure, and this is who kind of is in these armies that I have in this neighborhood. So it kind of just like makes you think of it differently.
And what do we do every morning?
We have a meeting,
And what's the tools at the meeting?
construction paper, and permanent markers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate when people do computer. I need writing. I need pause. I need
Permanent
strokes.
markers, meaning we can't erase it.
Right.
What's is down is down.
Like
Yeah,
Sharpies.
Sharpies.
Got you.
And
Love
then
that.
after we do the octopus and break it down, then what do? Folder.
Those are basically like the table of contents. So then you just divvy it up and then start working on each thing.
So you have like a folder and it's chapters, and now you have a Bible. So every artist has to have a Bible.
Yeah.
So that's how you teach an artist how to be a franchise. And if they don't want to do all that shit, they can start delegating.
Hold on. So I like that. So you stack the different, let's say arms, for example, and that's the artist's Bible. But what do you do for each arm?
So first is the table. So you have the octopus.
Yeah.
There's a table of content.
Yep.
And then there's like dividers. So it'll be like, all right, the first thing that's on there, and there's dates, plan of action.
Mm-hmm.
You're delegating who's going to do what, and then you just keep adding shit.
Yeah.
And things should be getting crossed out. Sometimes it's hard. Like we might forget to look at the Bible and be like, get your Bible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we look
So
at
it
it.
serves as your North Star in a lot of ways where, like, if you feel like you got lost, you go to that.
Right.
I
Because we get lost a lot. We get
I do
distracted.
something similar to that, but I call it developing a character. And then, like, you have to live that character. So I don't ask, what would you do? I was like, what would the character you develop do? So it makes it easier to remove you. Because a lot of us, the thing I love the most about you, Dame, is your confidence. Like, the fact that 20 years ago, you were saying everything that everybody says 20 years later, and you're still here. And it's not like you're like, man, you know what, fuck all of y'all. I ain't saying shit again. I'm going to keep it to myself. But you still out here like, y'all, you see the niggas that was against me saying I'm right. So now I feel like more people are prone to listen.
You know
but
why?
That
Because
confidence.
He kicks
I
doors
hate to
down.
empower these people. I hate to see these people, these nerds, take advantage of my family. So to me, if you got a brother and everybody knows that's your brother, if somebody hit him, you like damn near feel like, yo, you knew that was my brother.
Right.
That's like you hit me.
I agree.
So y'all know that's my culture. Y'all know I'm up. Like you know I'm watching. How you gonna try to disrespect my whole culture in front of me?
Agreed.
So that's what it'd be like. Cause I'm gone. I'm on to networks.
But
and
it was
shit.
people in your culture who benefited from you and your work and then acted like they didn't.
Because the people from the other culture empowered them. So what happens with me is the condition to go to be in this club is you got to shed Damon, and you have to shit on Damon. That's the condition. There's a line drawn to the torturous interference thing. So that's what they do. They be like, you can come fuck with us, but you can't fuck with Dame. That's what happened with me and Currency. So I started making records with Currency, you know, and we went gold. I mean, putting like our version of Indie Gold on Def Jam, and then Warner offers them a deal while I'm in like China or some shit like that, a 360 deal and all this other shit. But they say that you can't. It's exclusive. You can't work with me. So if I put a record out now, he got to sue me. And that was your man Todd Moscow and Julie Greenwald. Let me ask you a question. Todd was the lawyer.
At Def Jam.
And me and Todd are cool.
Yeah.
He was the lawyer. I did the deal
like
with
Todd,
Todd.
too, a little bit.
But how did he become a label owner and sign Dirk and all? You know
Because
what I mean?
the
Like,
people that cut the checks.
but what
cut
kind
him a
of
check.
nepotism is that for our culture?
I agree. But,
Why didn't they say go do rock and roll?
but here's the thing, though.
But how is that?
I have a theory. You want to hear my
Don't
theory?
you think Sherry should be
Hold on, you want my
Julie
theory?
Greenwald?
You want my theory?
I paid for Sherry's college, right?
No, I didn't know that. I work, by the way,
I raised
I
Sherry.
work with Sherry. That's my baby. I
Yo,
love
bro,
Sherry.
I raised Sherry. I
Sherry's
love Sherry.
She's the most beautiful,
But
brilliant
what
woman
I'm
that I know
saying
in
is,
this
let me
business.
tell you, like literally, I'll be with Sherry, and she'll be like, "Please don't take a picture with me."
Yeah.
But you know, it's I raised her like her mother and me. Her mother babysitted me, Cheryl.
Oh, wow.
So when I was up, I paid for her college,
Wow.
and I always tell her, "You have to work for Julie Greenwald." Like, yo, she had again. Can Julie dance?
No.
Can
I
Todd?
don't know.
Let me ask you a question. Can Todd dance? Okay, here's the challenge.
I don't know. I don't think
Everyone
so.
that plays music for Todd or plays music for Julie, have them dance, and you don't laugh. I want to see you not laugh. And ask them to dance, and they should not feel offended. Now, how does someone that can't dance control music?
They have the
Like she should control music. Like this is Julie Greenwald. She has the right because she plays an instrument, not her husband.
Yeah.
Because she actually is a participant. She could tell you from the artist perspective what's good for the artist. If you've never been an artist, how are you going to know what's good for an
But I
artist?
got to ask you a question. Do you think that there are certain people who
Nepotism.
serve as allies even though they don't do it? So like for Julie Greenwell, for example, like I've always heard from everybody who
I
my
don't
peers,
care.
I always say good shit about her.
Sherry should be her boss. I don't care.
I can understand that.
That's it. That's
I
my
can
only
understand
point.
that.
All the other shit don't matter. She should be working for Sherry.
I can understand that. But
I from a distance, I saw what Sherry did with Meek Mills and all that other
Yeah.
shit. I know Sherry's value. She's
know.
better than any one of them.
I agree.
And she knows I know. She knows I love her, but she has to protect because that's where she get her bread.
I agree.
She can't even take a picture with damn near her godfather.
Mm.
And it's not just her. Mad people that are in the industry be like, please, I'm not even allowed to say your name. It's like a thing.
That's
and I'm
weird
not,
to me.
this ain't me beat, and I don't
no,
care.
but I'll be real. But to me, that's
I
weird
don't care.
because to me,
My
it's like,
point is, Sherry should be their boss.
agreed.
Period.
She's brilliant.
That's it. And whoever y'all need to make Sherry there, she should, because Sherry will dance.
Yes, and she knows how.
She grew up in
I love
1199.
it. Yep.
I know her mother. She's real deal. I hate it, and I'm glad she. I mean, to me, after 30 years in the business, you got to be the president. You just
Yeah, for sure.
But of something.
Yeah.
But she needs to be recognized, and not like as good for black. Like she's a good
Executive
music.
by far.
She should be a president of
By the way, Roc-A-Fella, everybody that was with y'all, Latrice Burnett, Roc-A-Fella,
all of them.
all of them, they were all Roc-A-Fella people, and they fucking are running shit. Like that's almost like a claim. So it's almost like they want your kids, they just don't want you.
No, I don't want my kids over there being abused by them. I want my kids to be independent.
No, I'm saying not you. I'm saying they. Like the machine is like
What
we
I'm
need
saying
people that
is-
would learn from
what-
Dame, but we don't
I
want
know,
Dame.
but I don't want them, and I don't want my kids over there. I want my kids to have their own.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If they wait to get hired and fired, they're not. Even though they're doing well by maybe, and I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
But I know that if they doing that there, what they would do if they were there.
Yeah.
You understand? Like I would just collectively work together and do my own thing.
But
I
do you
love
think,
all
do you
of.
think if these people were empowered, they would empower you? And I know
I
you
don't
probably
think
don't
they
care
would
about
know.
that. But I mean, like, that
I
makes
think they
sense.
would empower me if they didn't have to not be friends with the
I'm saying,
people.
but I'm saying like the reverse of nepotism, how it is, right? Like obviously we know Julie was raised by Leor and was put, and Craig was they got their team. Like
Like
Kaiser,
they put
they
their
all got their
children,
team.
they Donald Trumped it.
They all got their team.
They
But
Donald Trumped it.
But do
Admit
you think that that's
How could
probably
you-
why they
wait,
don't
let me
want-
ask you a question. Are you
Okay.
mad about that? That they're making money off of our culture and they're the boss of our culture. Does that
can't-
bother you?
I can't give a fuck.
But it should.
No. I'm not saying I don't. I'm saying I can't give a fuck
I didn't ask that
because
question.
I can't control it.
That wasn't what I asked.
I think it's okay.
You
So here's my
can't
answer.
control
My
it.
answer is it's a wasted emotion to
it's-
worry about.
So you're
who's
not
in posi-
answering my question.
Okay.
My question is, does it bother you that someone like Sherry would have to work for somebody like Julie, and Julie doesn't deserve it because she's not from our culture? Wouldn't you rather see? Why would we say because these white people are nice to us?
No.
So why would they should be working for us? Period. I don't care.
In
They
hip-hop.
should be working for us.
In hip hop.
In music, because we started all music. We started rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a white music division in any fucking label? So why is there a black music division? Why you don't say nothing about that?
I said something.
It's
By the
just
way,
smacking. They just keep smacking
I
us
have-
around, and we
I have
still
to make something
celebrate
known.
it. It gotta bother you
I
at some
have to make
point.
something known that you probably don't know. I'm pretty sure you don't know what you're saying. Is that I'm one of the best music executives in the fucking business by far. But I wrote a letter called "Dear White Music Executives," spelling out how hard, not even spelling out how hard it is to be black, spelling out why black people are not going to be bold with you and fuck up their opportunity. And I got ostracized. So that's why I relate to you even more. That's why I didn't start a podcast because I fucking wanted to. I started a podcast because I had no fucking choice. Because I'm sitting around, I'm
Let me
like,
tell
I'm
you-
better than all these
let me
people.
tell you
But
the
then they
best-
like, you wrote a letter, and then
Let me
and
tell
they
you
was
the best
hold on, I
get
gotta
back-
finish this. They was passive aggressive.
Bro.
So they tell me they support the letter, but in reality, they behind closed doors, like, we're gonna get his ass. And they got me. So my point is that I was frustrated. I did try to explain that. I did try to talk about that, and I got put on the island by myself. So I agree with you, by the way.
You should have known that was gonna happen.
I didn't.
Why would you think your oppressor would be happy about you saying let them out?
If
And
you-
and
if
you're,
you-
you're saying you're saying this is what you're telling them in their terms.
Yes.
This is what they read. I need you to change your business model,
That's not what I did.
but that's how they interpret.
Okay, so let me tell you what I did.
Can I finish?
Okay, go ahead.
So I was saying, in their way of interpreting that is you waking them up is going to fuck with our money. So we're going to make you the enemy because that's in the 48 Laws of Power, which you read, so you should know what was going to happen because those books are in every one of their offices.
Absolutely.
So you should know the response that they're going to give you.
But here's the thing.
I'm just asking a question.
Okay.
You weren't expecting that?
No.
Did
And
you
I'm
not?
gonna tell
Wait,
you why.
wait. Did you read the 48 Laws of Power?
Of course.
So why would you think they wouldn't fuck with your reputation?
Because, well, they can't fuck my reputation.
Why wouldn't you think they wouldn't try?
I don't
Part of
think
the
they tried
48.
to-
Well, what chapter? Let me ask you this: What
because-
chapter of the 48 Laws of Power did they play on you?
Well, the part that they played on me was the worst part was that when they isolated me. So when they isolated me, they left me by myself. So it's like Dame Dash. Like it's like if every rap.
Yo, man, I've
Okay.
never been by myself.
No. But I'm about to say. If
You just listen.
Okay.
When you call the people that employ you a thief,
Yeah.
then they're not your friends no more. What you did is started a war without an army,
Okay. I could take that.
and I've done that a lot. But I have an army, but sometimes I don't have the guns. I got the manpower, but I ain't got the bullets. Now I got the manpower. Now I need enough money to get my lawyers. That's why niggas is getting over. I ain't got lawyer money. Because you got to spend $1 million per case.
Yeah.
And that $1 million got to go to other things right
Sure.
now. You feel me?
For sure.
But once I could get enough to put a fucking lawyer on payroll, it's up. But my point is you started a war without an army. And you're surprised at that.
I didn't know I started a war.
But that's wait.
Okay.
Then you have to reflect and say that was negligent on your part.
Oh, I can. I have.
You have to.
Of course.
And you can't blame them. You have to blame
don't.
you. But there has to be an action and a response. So for me, my get back was to start all new companies and do it without them. What's your get back?
My get back is I started a podcast.
How do you monetize your podcast?
Well, I'm just starting to monetize it.
How?
We-
What?
I have sponsors.
Oh, sponsors.
So I have sponsors. So I got
So
sponsors.
you have to
that
go
pay me.
get the sponsors? Or
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Is it programming from YouTube?
No. The sponsors found me.
So you have other money than
Yes.
the money that they pay from
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yes.
Got it.
I got other money coming from that. But on a bigger scale, I did not think that I was starting trouble. I thought I was alerting them to why people over there are not saying anything.
That was just negligence on your part.
Yeah, but here's my thing. The way the letter got written was they did a call after the George Floyd thing happened, and they got 200 people.
That's like bringing a knife to a gunfight.
I agree, but
So,
I'm
but that's
telling
what I'm
you,
saying.
that
You're
I
like
didn't think
shocked.
that, not because
But who are you blaming for that?
I ain't blaming nobody.
Well, who? So the bottom line is.
By the way, Radar,
that's
my
called.
company has
Listen
had
to
more
me,
number ones than
bro,
Warner since I left.
Bro. That's called the learning experience.
Of course.
So, like I said, when I started Dame Dash Studios, it wasn't a loss. It was a learning experience. I learned things. The market changed.
For sure.
So now you've learned that you can't do that. A letter doesn't work.
Yep.
And that you're not going to think that people that are used to their lifeline being these people are going to be woke up and just rock with you because your opinion is right. What you thought you were cooler than Dame Dash?
Nah.
All right. So the letter isn't what they want. They need to be embarrassed. They need to be put in the front line. The people that are robbing us, the algorithm is us fighting each other.
Yep.
If you notice, I'm only calling out people that are hurting my culture that aren't from my culture.
Yep.
And that's what they don't like.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, like, yo, y'all paying Cam to beef with Mace, but if I say your name now, y'all get an interview. Y'all like, let's not even say his name.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But I need y'all, when y'all get those motherfuckers on there, ask the questions to them that y'all ask me.
I agree.
But either way,
I do know,
for
by the
you,
way.
this is what I'd like to do.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to make I want you to make more money than the fucking person you wrote the letter to. Because you even writing a letter to them makes them think they're inferior or makes you feel like you're. Why you got to write a letter?
By the way,
nigga?
I said that in the letter.
They need to write a letter to me.
I said that in the letter, by the way. I hate that I have to write this letter.
But you
because
didn't
it's
have to
empowering
write.
you.
That's not what you got to do. They make you think you got to. You won't write a letter. You know what I was doing? See, this is what happened with me. When we were negotiating the buyout with like Zach Horowitz and all this shit, Kanye wanted to make 3 videos, right? And they were like, we're not paying for that. And I had to go over there and be, what the fuck you talking about you're not paying for? He already recouped. He could do what he want to do. I'm barking on them, which fucked up my other deal.
Yeah.
But I don't give a fuck. You're not going to make me believe that you are my boss. You don't own this company. You're a soldier no matter what. It ain't yours. I'm a general. You don't talk to me like that. I put my own money up to get in this business. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
So that's what would frustrate me. You waiting like the soldiers. They can't make a difference. They can't do shit. There is no boss up there. It's like a public company.
Agree.
It's a board. So that's why I'm not doing that. I'm like, it don't even make sense. None of them, they all fronting. That's what I never liked. A soldier talking to a general. You feel me? So this is what's great is we're going to pick this conversation up on your show.
Can't wait.
And I appreciate the talk. And
My
also
brother,
in
it's
public,
been an
we talked about doing something.
Listen, it's an honor. And I'm shaking your hand telling you that I'm a resource to get that done.
This is my thing.
Let's
and
go.
I believe you. When real bosses and generals get in the room, if they don't make no money together, they're not bosses.
I agree.
So
We got to
that's
figure it
there
out.
It is. So we're gonna do it, and y'all get connected.
And we're gonna do the show
you know,
today.
and
We're gonna have some fun.
I'm gonna talk. I asked permission with 85 South. So I want to show them how to make a quick 2 days to shoot a movie, and they've been very gracious. I love y'all. Big shout out to y'all, and I mean the crew. Y'all killing it. Thank you. I don't know how long Paul spoke for,
Nah,
but
it's all good.
we will monetize. We'll get the full CPM for this.
Let's go. And my show I'm gonna do with you. I'm putting on your network also, so we
You
get a
can
full
put
CPM.
any show you
I
want
got
on my network.
Let's do it.
Anything, even if it's on YouTube. You can
By the
put it
way,
there
I
and
need
compare the
give
check.
me something to put on my set because I want people to see CEO.
Oh, yeah, I
on my
gotta make
shit.
it. So
I
again,
got you. When
I
you
was
come,
just doing
I'm just saying when you come, bring something. I want to leave it there though.
I just ain't got. I'm. See, the problem is I don't make enough of it,
By the
so
way,
it's sold
I'll
out.
hit you to get it.
Yeah, that's what you do.
See, I already know how to work.
Sneakers Willie Esco.
I got you.
And the clothes Willie Esco.
Got you. We'll set it up.
All right.
I appreciate
All right,
you, my
y'all.
brother.
Later.
Let's
See
get
you
it.
also.
American New Network. Follow and support.
We're gonna leave out with the video 365 from Freeway. Holla.
I love that.
My nigga Cash, take us home with that motherfucker. I need to know. So my nigga Freeway, what I've been talking about. Let's go. 365. We hustle. 365.
6 car garages and you know we back out rise. Never went in, ain't gotta say we back outside. Came to make hits and today we knocked out 5. Our music give people the chills, we still rock live. Give it to them 365, 24